their U.S. Open Cup next match in early July. They made the final 8 last night, beating the MLS San Jose Earthquakes. That's a big deal. Denying local fans the ability to do that. Well, your pressure paid off. Cal Expo has reversed course or altered course. And I'm sure somewhere the soon-to-be outgoing, I don't even like saying that, Mayor of Sacramento was a part of that. We welcome him in right now. Always kind with his time to start a Wednesday morning in which I'm sure he has many better things to do instead of slumming it on my sports show. But, hey, he's in politics, so his cheese can't be entirely on his cracker. The one, the only Mayor of Sacramento, Mr. Darryl Steinberg, noted Giants fan. Good morning, sir.
Hello, Carmichael Dave. I'm thrilled about the Republic and upset about the Giants' ninth inning blown lead, but that's life.
They got screwed by the umps, Mr. Mayor. It got screwed a little bit.
I was chairing the council meetings. I didn't get to see it, but that's life. But the Republic.
How about
big
that?
Win.
Yeah, that was, I'll let you kind of fill in the blanks. I had, kind of gone in on Cal Expo earlier when this was going on. I mean, this just should have never happened, but, also made it a point to say, hey, look, when egos get put aside, agendas get put aside, and people are able to do the right thing for the community, you and I are always on the same page here. Whatever benefits the community, that's the side we're on. And it sounds like you and others were able to get involved, and clearer heads prevailed.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a simple thing. The home of the Republic is at Cal Expo, and of course, with the big win last night and the potential of hosting a home game with national prominence, the Republic needs to be able to play at Cal Expo. And there was a little issue, namely because the state fair is around that time, and there was some concern about whether or not they could accommodate the game and prepare for the state fair. But a few of us made a phone call or two, and Tom Martinez, the general manager at Cal Expo, is a good man, and it was resolved pretty quickly. And so you're right. Sometimes you just got to cut through it and let common sense prevail, and that's what happened. So hopefully we win the draw, because we still have to win a draw to get the home game. And if we do, I hope it's not on a Tuesday night when we have a council meeting, because I intend to be there.
Well, let's see. I believe, don't quote me here, Mr. Mayor, I'm going back through my notes, but I believe it would be either July 9th or July 10th, depending on, let me look here. Ooh, we're rooting for July 10th because July 9th is a Tuesday. So come on, 10th.
Well, actually we're on summer recess. So
okay.
There we go. July 10th it is. July 9th or 10th. I can't wait.
Gotcha.
We will be there. It's great. This is Sacramento, as you know, better than anybody, loves big events, loves its teams. And, this is another example, by the way, of why Sacramento is already a Major League Soccer city. We want to be MLS, but we don't need to have our hat out to anybody. We are big league, and no matter what, we're going to support soccer big time in the Republic, big time in the city.
Talk to me, Mr. Mayor, about Cal Expo. In as I understand it, in Italy, you have Rome, and then within Rome, you have Vatican City. And Vatican City is its own little, its own sovereign city, its own deal. Now, this is the only time anyone's ever going to compare Cal Expo to Vatican City. But just to help me understand, although Cal Expo is in the city, as I understand it, it's a state-run organization. So is that a bit of a tricky road for the mayor to kind of walk between? Obviously, you're overseeing everything in the city, but yet you have this giant state-run entity there as well that answers my guesses to Governor Newsom.
It is very tricky, and frankly, it has been for many years, as I've served in the various capacities, both at the state level and as mayor. You're exactly right. It is a state facility with an independent board appointed mostly by the governor, and they are not, answerable directly to the city, and so it always depends on having a collaborative relationship. And like I said, Tom Martinez, very good general manager out there. We work very well with him, but frankly, there's been some tension over the long haul as well, whether it's been about, wanting to use some of the facilities to alleviate our homeless problem, because it's a major, it's huge amount of land and acreage. And then some of these things come up, but, it is very important because it not only is it the home of the state fair, but it also has the potential, and I know they're working on it, I've worked on it for a long time, to be something even greater. And I think at some point, state leadership and local leadership need to really look at how the whole thing is set up, just to make sure that it's maximizing its potential for whatever use is the highest public use. But really, on this one, good general manager, cooperative guy, and we're able to work it out.
That's the mayor of Sacramento, Darrell Steinberg. One last thing for you. You know me well enough to know when it comes to the city and it comes to people that I consider, whether it's you, whether it's Phil Oates, whether it's whomever that champions the city, I get a little emotional and protective. And part of the reaction about this Cal Expo thing has been some people asking, well, why the hell don't we have a new stadium yet? This has been going on for years now. And as I explained earlier, I went on about a 10-minute rant on this, Darrell. I 100% understand the frustration from a fan base that more than deserves an outdoor stadium. But what I have a hard time handling, and I fully disclosed and have many times, my relationship with Kevin Nagel, both business and personal, I cannot stand when people are getting the wrong info. And what I was seeing was people calling him a liar or saying he can't get a deal done, or what are we waiting on? Mm-hmm. And I just wanted you, I can say what I can say. You're the mayor, to maybe back up, and I'm sure you will, that I think it's safe to say no one's busting their rear more than this guy to get this thing done. And it ain't his fault it ain't here yet.
Well, first of all, Kevin Nagel is a hero to me in this town when the story is written, because he has stuck with not only the Republic, but Sacramento itself through some really hard times. And look, I'm always open to any kind of criticism, but here's the absolute truth. We have done everything right when it comes to soccer, everything right. And, you don't want to, point to bad luck, but frankly, we had Major League Soccer and then the pandemic hit and Ron Burkle backed out. We have had the opportunity and have engaged with many potential investors who, for their own reasons, decided not to go forward. And then, of course, the league raised the franchise fee to an amount that just was untenable for any investor. And we've done everything right. The city's put $100 million plus towards funding the infrastructure. Kevin Nagel has engaged with every single potential investor in good faith. We've dealt in good faith with the league. And as I said in my State of the Downtown speech a couple of weeks ago, this saga can only end one way. And it will end with a stadium. I'm still confident. It may start out as a USL stadium and be expandable for Major League Soccer. But we are in the midst of another intensive conversation, we believe now, with the right investor, and I'm not going to disclose any more than that. Mm-hmm. And I am committed before I leave office to get this done. We will do everything in our power to get it done and continue to do it right. Maybe a little luck will roll our way, and we will actually realize this dream for the people of Sacramento. But Kevin Nagel and the city of Sacramento, we've done everything right.
Well said. I can't say it any better. None at all. And I appreciate that. And, you know, people are still going to say what they say, but I think when, as you said, when the story's all said and done, I think the victors will write it. And, you know, it's not like you've never dealt with good meaning people that may be angry at the wrong person. I mean, every Tuesday night. But
you know, this is, you know, criticism is part of being in the public eye. I accept that. But what I've also learned is that persistence and steady leadership, both on the private sector side and the public sector side, you do it the right way, that the karma comes around. And like I said, we are in intensive discussions with, we believe, the right investor. And let's just see what happens over the next couple of months.
All right. I'll be in front row with you for the Doobie Brothers opening concert or whatever it is. I don't know.
The Doobie Brothers. That's going back in time. I'll take Jackson Browne or Bruce Springsteen. Here we go.
Okay. All right. We can split the bill there with Jackson Browne. There you go. No problem. What about, I'm wearing an Alice in Chains shirt, so that's not going to happen with the original lineup, obviously, but we'll figure it out. It's a good problem to have when you and I are picking the musical groups.
You and I will book it, okay?
There you go. I'm fine with that. Go do your mayoring. We appreciate your time as always, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you so much.
All right, Daryl. Take care. Bye-bye. That's the mayor of Sacramento, Darrell Steinberg. We'll take a break when we come back. What to watch tonight